Hey everyone, it's KS Bros back with another episode of the New York Mets franchise. And in this episode, we are taking on the Miami Marlins. And this is the last series before the All-Star break. As you guys just saw looking at the records, both teams have the exact opposite record, with the Mets having the more favorable record. And just comparing to the beginning of the season, these clubs are headed in opposite directions. Early on, the Marlins were doing great. They were in first place, second place behind the Braves. They were well above 500, and now they've come back down to earth, actually 4 games under 500. The Mets, on the other hand, they found themselves at one point 10 games under, and here they are after having a great couple weeks of games, find themselves above 500 and now 5 games back at the Braves for first place. Now jumping into the action here, Nimmo on second base. Alonso drives one to center, but that is caught, allowing Nimmo to tag up. And that brings up Robbie Cano with 2 guys out as he looks to deliver. The 0-1 pitch from Urena. Cano hits it up the middle sharply, and the shortstop cannot come up with it as Cano beats it out, giving the Mets the first run of the game, a 1-0 lead for David Peterson, the rookie, which you guys saw in a couple episodes back. He got the call-up. Now fast forwarding the season a little bit, he has had 7 starts with the big league club. Results have been mixed. His ERA is in the low 4s, and his whip is a little high. But for a rookie, I'll take it. I think it's been a strong start for Peterson, and hopefully he can build on it in the second half. And just right there, he has a nasty changeup as he strikes out Birdie for the second out. Now that brings up Ramos, who leads off the second inning. The pitch from Urena, and almost hits him. A high and in fastball. The next pitch, and Ramos drives one to the gap, a low fastball, and no one is getting that as Ramos chugs into second with a leadoff double. And that brings up Dom Smith, who got the call up along with Peterson. He's batting .240. I want to say he's had about 10 games to his name. He has had some RBIs and some power, but a great double there, driving in Ramos for the Mets' second run. And now later in the inning, Smith at third. Peterson cannot get him home as he grounds that sharply to third. And that turns the order over with Nimmo up to bat, looking for another hit. But Urena gets him to fly out to left field. I believe that's Cooper out there in left field to end the inning. Now, bottom of the inning, Peterson back on the mound. He's got Brian Anderson up at the plate. And Anderson grounds one softly but through the hole, giving the Marlins 2 guys on. And that brings up longtime catcher Francisco Cervelli. There were rumors that he was going to retire last season, but here he is still playing and still getting hits as he drives one to right field. Conforto comes up firing as he holds the runner to third. But now the bases are loaded. And the center fielder Brinson grounds out to the pitcher, but Peterson throws wildly and nobody is out. And a run does score. Now, 1 batter later, after Peterson collected an out, that brings up VR, and Peterson gets a huge out as he flies out to Rosario at shortstop. Peterson did a great job of working out of danger, and that is a skill that all pitchers need. No one's going to have a perfect game every time. No one's going to have a perfect inning every time out, so it's important when you get into jams that you get weak contact, you get double plays, and you get strikeouts when you need them. So that's a good sign for Peterson. Now here in the fourth, Conforto drives one to deep center field, the deepest part of the ballpark, and it gets over the wall. A 408-foot home run, Conforto's 20th on the year, and that gives the Mets a 3-1 lead. Now later in the game, in the fifth inning, McNeil up to bat, and Nimmo on first. McNeil does a great job laying off that high fastball, earning the walk, giving Alonso a guy in scoring position with nobody out. Alonso is still looking for his first hit on the game. He has hit the ball well. He gets a low fastball, driving it to right field, and it is over the right fielder's head. As Nimmo comes home to score, Alonso has to stay at first though, as Nimmo held up, making sure that one got down. And that is it for Mattingly. He's seen enough as he pulls Urena from this game, looking to the bullpen for some relief. And that brings in Sixto Sanchez. If you guys are familiar with the Marlins organization, he's one of their top prospects. It seems that the Marlins called him up earlier this year, and I thought he was a starter, but I guess he's coming out of the bullpen for the time being. And he gets Conforto to ground out into an inning-ending double play. The Mets only score one. A big break for the Marlins. Now here, next inning, Peterson still pitching well. Now Dom Smith is up to bat, and he absolutely obliterates one to right field in the upper deck. A no doubt shot, 440 feet. It wasn't even a power swing, contact swing all the way as Dom shows off his power. Now bottom of the inning, Jesus Aguilar up the bat, 2 for 2 against the lefty. He gets a hanger, and he does what he does. He smashes it to left field as it just clears the wall, giving him his 11th home run. Almost 100-foot difference between his home run and Smith's home run, but it all counts the same on the scoreboard. Next batter up, Garrett Cooper. He struck out his first at bat. Peterson looking for the same result, and he gets him looking at the high fastball. That was a great combo with the off-speed pitch and then the heat up high. Now later in the sixth, the next two guys get on base, and that brings up Brinson. Brinson grounds out to McNeil, who throws him out. But the runners do move up to second and third. And that is it for Peterson. A decent game. Not a great ending. But he did play well enough to earn a win. And that brings in Brach, who has been wonderful out of the pen this year, both in starting innings and getting out of jams. And that brings up Ramirez in pinch hitting duties. And he makes contact, singling up the middle. And that will bring home 2 runs, as that puts 2 more earned runs on Peterson's stat line. Now the game is 5-4, and the Mets have a great scoring chance with 2 guys on. Alonso drives one to center. Nimmo's tagging. The throw from Brinson, and it nails him. A perfect throw, and what went from a guy on first and second with no outs turned into a guy on first with 2 outs. A great play by the Marlins, a great defensive play. That could be a game changer. Now bottom of the 7th, Brach still on in relief. A guy on first, 2 guys out. Brach is 30 pitches in. And Anderson takes advantage, driving one to right field into the gap. and that allows the runner from first to come all the way around to score, tying this ball game up. What went from a 5-1 ball game is now tied at 5. Cervelli does come on in relief, and he's able to end the scoring. And moving all the way to the 9th, still a tie game. Kinsler on in relief. Nimmo hoping to put the Mets on top. Here's the pitch. Nimmo gets a hanger, but he's under it as he pops out to Anderson at third. And the Marlins had the chance to walk it off. Here we are in extra innings. Seth Lugo on in relief. If this goes to extras, we're hoping that he can eat some innings. He would normally be in our setup role, closer role, but since he is a one-time starter, we will use him to eat some innings here. And after getting that strikeout, that brings up Aguilar, who we've already seen. He's a home run threat. One swing could end this game. And he gets him looking on a high fastball. A huge pitch from Lugo as that extends the game. Now here in the 10th, Hernandez facing Alonso. The pitch, Alonso grounds one, but it gets through the hole as he reaches first base. A double could give the Mets the lead. And that brings up Cano. Cano gets a pitch to hit. He hits it deep. It might go. But Brinson makes the catch, and Alonso, a huge base running mistake, as he thought it wasn't catchable or he thought it was a home run, and he gets thrown out for the double play. A huge base running error on the Mets. Hopefully that doesn't cost them the game. Now Lugo is still pitching. That brings up the rookie Diaz, and he drives one to left field, an opposite field double, giving the Marlins the scoring run in scoring position. And Lugo gets Cervelli on 3 pitches. And now Matt Joyce up to bat. A full count here. He does have first open. He could walk him. And he gets him swinging on a perfectly positioned fastball. Lugo is dominating. And that brings up Conforto. His sole hit on the day being that home run back in the 4th or the 5th, I believe. The 2-1 pitch. And Conforto drives one deep center field. The outfielders don't even move. And the Mets have the lead as Conforto comes up clutch. And here is Diaz hoping to end this game after the Mets added another insurance run. First batter up, Rojas, and Diaz hits him with the first pitch, automatically putting the tying run up to the plate. And BR has some power, but Diaz gets him swinging on the high fastball, a big first out. Now John Birdie still looking for his first hit. Conforto makes a great play in the outfield to run that one down. 2 outs. And here's Corey Dickerson. The last chance for the Marlins. The pitch, and Diaz gets him to pop out to McNeil. A big win for the Mets here. The Mets had a decent-sized lead, but they gave it up. This was an important one to have against a rival, both for wild card matchups and for the division. So a big win for the Mets before the All-Star break. Our next episode, we will try to showcase the All-Star and which players we have. But thank you guys for watching, and until next time.